welcome. My name is iceman. I'm a dedicated Yu-Gi-Oh! Duellinks streamer, as you can see here, and we mostly stream on Twitch. But recently we have also started with YouTube videos, and as you can see here, we are wearing a crown because we have gotten King of Games already 21 times, which means we have been playing this game now for over 2 years, and that's why actually we are here to introduce you to a new deck. And recently we have been questioned a lot by the viewers on Twitch in which decks you should invest, especially as a beginner. As you guys know, that Konami has been cutting down on the gems which you usually use to buy packs from the new boxes which are coming out to put together your decent decks, and then you go competitive on the ladder and try to get King of Games, which is the highest ranking Yu-Gi-Oh! Duellinks. But the gems had been cut, and now it's, I would say, almost impossible to stay competitive with only free-to-play decks anymore, but it is possible to not to spend too much, and that's why I actually found my thing for the structure decks. As you liked mostly the ancient gear deck explanation video which I made I think 2 months ago or something, we are going for another decks explanation video which is based on a structure deck, and this time it's the Neos Koaki deck. Ooh. For everyone who is into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duellinks and has been already active in the last two seasons, you surely already heard of the Koaki deck. And the Koa'kis has been nerfed pretty much, but in the hybrid version with Neos it's still super strong. What you need for this deck is basically an Koaki Meiru Maximus and Koaki Meiru Ice, also the Diamond Core, and 2 of the Iron Cores which has been limited to 2 copies. Same goes for the Dragon which was limited to 1 copy. And if you have already played Koaki Meiru, you know how this goes. You summon your Iceman, you use your Diamond Core in the graveyard so it activates its effect, and the Iceman doesn't get destroyed at the end of the turn. The same goes for the Koaki Meiru Maximus. This one is basically a milling machine to get any Koa'ki card you want out of your deck, and it helps your Koa'ki monsters to stay on the field without getting destroyed, and it protects your Koa'ki monsters also against other destruction effects. For example, a negation of a red eye slash dragon or a treacherous even. So this card is really busted. And the Iron Core is necessary for the Maximus to be summoned. So to special summon Maximus, you have to drop an Iron Core. Without Iron Core, no special summon this guy here. And when the Maximus is summoned to the field, you can use its effect to destroy an opponent's monster, which is super busted. You can do this every turn, not the first turn it's summoned, but every turn as long as the Maximus stays on the field. And the Iceman is the special spice in this deck because the Iceman can use its effect too every turn, and as many times as you have cards in your hands to be dropped to the graveyard, you can destroy monsters which have been special summoned to the field. Be careful, you can also destroy your own monsters if, for example, the monster on the opponent's side is actually not special summoned but normal summoned. Now you question yourself, what is special summon? Special summon, for example, is fusion summon with a trap out of the graveyard, some kind of card effect, pulling out a card from your deck. For example, Neos is a special summon. So in a mirror matchup, the Iceman is really strong because it destroys every monster which has been special summoned to the field. Yeah, and to this deck we have added a Bacon Saver to help you stay alive when you, for example, use your Neos fusion summon to get a hero to get elemental hero Brave Neos to the field. You put one elemental hero Neos in the graveyard and one warrior card, one other card, which is, for example, the Bacon Saver, or could be also the AD Changer or Gale Lizard, whatsoever. The Bacon Saver is helping you to keep your monsters alive on the field. You know that the Bacon Saver can stop an attack of an opponent's monster, and the AD Changer in graveyard can be used in your own turn to change the battle position of your opponent's monster or your own monsters, and which means, for example, if you have a high attack low defense monster, you just put it into defense position and go in then with your elemental hero Brave Neos. But if you have a Gale, for example, on your side of the field set into face down, you can use the AD changer from your graveyard to flip the Gale into attack position, and in that case you can target a monster on your opponent's side and return that card to the hand, and basically you have the naked board. You can then destroy your enemy. So this was about all the cards beside the Neos card, why this deck is actually called Neos Koa'ki. We kept the most interesting part for the last, and this is the Neos Fusion card, which you actually need to buy from the structure box. So you can buy structure box one time with gems, a second time maybe on sale, and the third time you have to really invest like I think $8 or something, which doesn't make this deck too expensive. So for me to pull this deck together, it cost me maybe $12, and that is actually a very budget competitive deck you can get right now in Duellinks, and it works on the ladder definitely, especially with Sealed Tombs. I found out yesterday, because before I was playing this deck with Switcheroo, which is also okay and helps you prevent bricking if you don't get the cards you need, but Sealed Tombs is much more fatal, because Sealed Tombs basically lets no one on the field activate any effects from graveyard. So everything what goes into the graveyard loses effect. Every special summon from graveyard doesn't work, but that includes also your own graveyard use. So you have to use this very wisely. It's not, I wouldn't say Sealed Tombs is a beginner skill, because you have to really know what you are doing. Otherwise you're just gonna fuck it up or destroy your own monsters, or yeah, just fuck up your own turn basically. Yeah, what I have done, for example, is activate Sealed Tombs before I activate the Diamond Core out of the graveyard. That is something you should not do. No, it's a big no. Alright. Okay, so Neos Fusion is used to special summon your elemental hero with Neos. Basically, you just need to get this card to your hand and then put one Neos into your graveyard from your deck and another card from your deck. So it doesn't matter if you have the cards on hand or in your deck, this Neos Fusion card will just pull them for you. To complete this deck, I have added 2 Cosmic Cyclones, which actually works pretty well with the skill of Switcheroo, because every time you use this card you pay 1000 life points, and Switcheroo can be activated after you lost 1000 life points. But with Sealed Tombs it's still okay, and it gets rid of the back row of your enemy. Sometimes it's really helpful. Yeah, and you can, even if it's not usable anymore because your life points are too low whatsoever, you can use it as a drop card for the Iceman, which is also fine. And I have added 2 Sphere Koribo just to stay alive. But don't forget, in the meta right now we have a lot of Ancient Gears people running around, and that means Sphere Koribo is basically useless. Yeah, Ancient Gear is really a pain in the ass, to be honest, but it's still a strong deck. So we will see on the ladder how this deck works out against Ancient Gear. I'm planning on making this one actually my next King of Game deck, or Blue Eyes, so one of those two will it be. I don't want to play again Ancient Gear anymore, because I think this is already the 4th season then where I would be playing Ancient Gears to get King of Games, and that's kind of getting boring somehow. So if you have any questions concerning this Neos hybrid Koaki deck, which did very well in recent tournaments and on the ladder, please write it below in the comments. And now enjoy gameplay.